Now, we shall move on to the making of the Indian Constitution. How was the Indian Constitution made? The making of the Constitution, India. What is the meaning of the word making of the Constitution? Here we are not going to cook anything, or we are not going to do anything. We are collecting the information and we are framing the rules and regulations for our people, our nation, our system. At the same time, what are the goals, ideals which we want, or which we faced problems because of the Britishers, that we are going to get rid of them through making our own constitution. Let us see the background of this. Now, I think you all remember, like, when did India get independence? 15th August 1947. So, before this, I think you all remember that cabinet mission has come to India to discuss about the separation of India and Pakistan. As soon as when they came in 1946 itself, they told that they are going to give independence for India. As soon as Mountbatten was replaced against Wavell, we got the clarity that we are going to get independence very soon. Whether it is at the cost of one nation or at the cost of two nations, that is secondary. So, we have to frame a constitution for ourselves. So, initially in 1946, we have the assembly called Provincial Assembly. In the Provincial Assembly, we have the members elected for this. So, in order to draft a constitution, we need some key members who are senior leaders who will be elected from the people and will give their representation. The steps were taken in such a way that we will have representation from all the categories. The main categories of representation what we need is from the Congress party, that is from the entire nation, which is considered as an outlook of the entire India. Next, the Muslim League, which got recently elevated because after the 1940 period and onwards, and the Sikh community, who are facing some issues against the equality issues. So, the Congress, then coming to the Muslims, then coming to the Sikhs. These three categories of people would have their equal representation. This was one point which is kept in the mindset before they framed the Constituent Assembly. Now, moving on to the Constituent Assembly. What is this Constituent Assembly? The Constituent Assembly is an assembly which is given or entitled the responsibility of framing a constitution for a larger nation like India. In this, how many members do we have? The total number of members are nearly 382 members, but the Congress membership is 293. Congress had 293 members, whereas Muslim League had 92 members, 92 from Muslim League. These people are representing from the different communities. We also have representation from the princely states. From each princely states, we have one more member who is representing the entire princely states. Now, we have to get a doubt here. Why do we need representation from the princely states? Because the princely states are neither going to get into Indian Union or going to be separate from the Indian Union. We don't have any clarity on their stand, what they are going to do after we get independence. So, as they are going to be the neighbors of the nation of independent India, if not, they are not going to join into the Indian Union. So, they decided that they also should have their say, because they also were part and parcel of the British domain. So, they also could put their views, which is necessary for all of us. In that point of criteria, they decided that we should have representatives from Congress, Muslim League, and also from the princely states, plus the Sikhs. So, finally, we got the Constituent Assembly set up first. There are criticisms against the Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly was not truly elected directly. The Constituent Assembly is elected from the Provincial Assembly. Provincial Assembly is elected with the voting percentage of less than just 10%. In the 100% of a nation, where only 10% of people are given the voting rights, from them we got the elected representatives for Provincial Assembly, from them we got the elected representatives of the Constituent Assembly. So, it is truly clear that it is not at all a democratic representation or a direct representation of the entire nation. But in order to take and carry forward the entire responsibility of framing a constitution, the responsibility was entrusted with the leaders of Jawaharlal Nehru, B.R. Ambedkar, and some of the famous leaders to take it carry forward and to frame a nice constitution or a perfect constitution for the growing and emerging India. Now, if the provincial assembly is not a true representation, constituent assembly is automatically not a direct representation, then Congress is not considered as a true representation of Indian nation, and Muslim League is only considered for Muslim people. Now, did Indians get a perfect constitution which will fit to all the people? Did it fit to all the sections of the people? What is the mind or the point that is guiding all the Indians or the members of the Constituent Assembly to go in a path or a view that which is going to bring a elaborate and a detailed constitution for all the people, at the same time to satisfy the needs of all the issues? Let us discuss about this.